ladies and gentlemen, Alan Thicke.
Thank you. Thank you so much. No, don't get up. All right, are we happy comedy campers here? Good. Tonight you will meet 5 all-stars, some of the brightest comics playing the comedy club circuit today. I guarantee this will be as much fun as you can have with your clothes on, folks. Now, I myself have great respect for comics. In a previous life, I wrote TV shows for some of the biggies. Yes, I did. Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby. Hello, Robin Williams. And in fact, if they were here tonight, I'm sure they would tell you that they owe much of their current success to me. And since they're not here, I'll tell you and hope they're not watching. As the father on Growing Pains, I am one of the favorite dads in all of television. Now, this is based on an actual survey conducted among members of my immediate family. On TV the last few years, I've been raising 3 kids, which in California is one of each. In real life, I have a typical teenage son. He's a hormone with feet. You know the age when their pants come into the room 10 seconds before they do? That's my boy. And every generation, isn't it true that every generation has new things that seem to challenge its morality? We have to deal with that on television. I remember when us yuppies were growing up, remember rock and roll was new and it was considered evil. The church thought it was the devil's tool. That's right, it made you dance too crazy, wear your hair too long, and think unnatural thoughts about Annette Funicello. But our morals were pretty simple then. You put $2 in the collection plate and stay away from barnyard animals. That was it. We were happy then, and why? I think it's because we didn't have Dr. Ruth around to tell us what we were missing. We never even heard of half the things that horny little woman talks about. Well, Dr. Ruth tells you everything. How fast does sperm swim? Come on, you're here to learn. The answer is 7 miles an hour. And you can't outrun the little suckers either. They got those teensy little jet skis on the back. Dr. Ruth tells us that 20% of American adults at some time or other will experience group sex. 20%! There's 18% right there at one table. Come on, I don't mean to be an orgy pooper here, but when I grew up, group sex was when you had a partner, you know. Boy. I never understood group sex. How do you know who to thank? 20%. Dr. Ruth says that the best thing to do, Dr. Ruth will tell you, surprise your partner, be playful. What about edible underwear? Come on! Surprise, I'll say. How do you explain to your date your shorts have melted? What flavors are they coming? Jalapeno? I'll take some pizza patties, please. Double cheese, hold the anchovies, thank you. It's for all of these reasons that some people in our society today are practicing celibacy. For those unfamiliar with the term, celibate means cranky. You know, they say that, I think a lot of people think that it's easier to teach kids those family values if they grow up in a small town. I'm not so sure. I grew up in a small, tiny little gold mining town in northern Canada, and this was a wild town. Girl was considered a virgin if she was less than 5 months pregnant up in Kirkland Lake. It's a hockey town, rugged guys. Only sissies had teeth in Kirkland Lake. You were considered attractive if you didn't have a runny nose up there. No big-time, fancy schmancy kind of nights like this. Semi-formal was when your fly was done up. Best-looking girl in town was inflatable. You've heard of these kind of places where men are men and moose are nervous. Yes. But I feel good tonight, and with very good reason. We have 5 very talented comics. They were chosen out of 187 acts that appeared on the Showtime Comedy Club network in the last year. Let me tell you something about Mark Schiff. His mother once told him, "You think you're so funny, why don't you go and become a comedian, run around the country making fun of your family?" Well, being a good son, he is doing just that. He's opened for Diana Ross. He's a veteran of Late Night with David Letterman. He's an actor and comedian, a man who claims he loves working in clubs because of the waitresses. Would you please welcome from the Comedy Castle in Detroit, Mark Schiff.